Several new developments in South suburban Dalton today. First, the state comptroller has suspended some payments to the village because it has failed to follow the law by providing financial reports.
Coming in, unfortunately, we knew it was going to be a little messy, but it's just something we felt important that had to be done, that should be done. But like I said, you have just some kind.
Tiffany Henyard, the embattled mayor of Dalton, Illinois, is once again making headlines, but this time the story is even more scandalous than before. Rumors are flying about a shocking new chapter in the ongoing drama between Henyard and her former assistant turned whistleblower, Carman Carlisle. Brace yourselves for a tale filled with betrayal, corruption, and even an alleged attempted murder. It's hard to believe, but could Mayor Henyard really have hired gang members to silence the one person who knows all her secrets? It may sound like a plot straight out of a thriller, but this is Dalton, where anything seems possible. Let's dig into the drama and uncover the truth behind the headlines.
Who has investigated Henyard's use of a police security detail, taking officers off the street and costing thousands.
Who exactly is Carman Carlisle, and why has she suddenly become the center of attention in Dalton? Once a loyal confidant and trusted assistant to Mayor Tiffany Henyard, Carman had a front row seat to some of the mayor's most sensitive dealings. For a time, she seemed perfectly content within Henyard's inner circle, enjoying the perks that came with proximity to power. Some even allege that Carman benefited from personal gain, with misuse of city funds for personal gain. She was seen as a key ally, privy to the secrets of an administration that was increasingly under scrutiny. But everything changed recently when Carman made a shocking decision to turn on her former boss. In a move many interpret as self-preservation rather than heroism, Carman chose to expose Henyard rather than go down with the ship. She revealed a wealth of damaging information that has sent shockwaves through Dalton, painting a damning picture of alleged financial misconduct and leadership rife with impropriety. Her disclosures have only deepened Henyard's already tarnished reputation. Critics see Carman's shift from loyal ally to whistleblower as a classic case of betrayal under pressure. While some view her as a hero standing up for accountability, others see her as an opportunist who only spoke out when it served her own interests. Regardless of her motivations, Carman's decision to expose her former boss has thrown fuel on the fire, escalating the drama surrounding the Henyard administration and raising new questions and controversies in Dalton's political landscape.
That's what the trustees I talked to are calling this. They say the news took them by surprise, and now they're talking to legal counsel to figure out their next step.
Who is Carman Carlisle, and why has she suddenly become the talk of Dalton? Carman wasn't always the whistleblower stirring up controversy in Dalton's politics. Once a loyal, confident and trusted assistant to Mayor Tiffany Henyard, Carman had a front row seat to some of the mayor's most sensitive dealings. For a time, she appeared perfectly content within Henyard's inner circle, enjoying the perks of proximity to power, and, as some allege, benefiting from questionable schemes involving the misuse of city funds for personal gain. Seen as a key ally, she was privy to the secrets of an administration already under increasing scrutiny. But everything changed when Carman made a dramatic about-face, choosing to expose her former boss, rather than go down with the ship. Many view her move as one of self-preservation rather than a noble act of heroism. Carman turned on Henyard, revealing a wealth of damaging information that has sent shockwaves through Dalton. Her revelations paint a damning picture of alleged financial misconduct and a leadership style fraught with impropriety, further complicating Henyard's already troubled reputation. Critics call it a classic case of loyalty turning into betrayal under pressure, as Carman shifts from enabler to whistleblower in an effort to save herself. Her actions have divided the town. Some see her as a hero, standing up for accountability, while others view her as an opportunist who only spoke out when it served her own interests. Regardless of her motivations, Carman's decision to turn on her former ally has ignited even more drama around Henyard's administration, bringing fresh questions and controversies to the forefront of Dalton's political landscape.
Is there a reason why you guys are not paying whatever that vendor is?
What was it for?
It was for shirts. That's what it's for. You do that.
Let's take a step back and consider why Tiffany Henyard might be so desperate to silence Carman Carlisle. Henyard has been under intense scrutiny for some time, facing growing allegations of corruption and the misuse of taxpayer money. These accusations paint a troubling picture of financial mismanagement and personal indulgence at the expense of the town's resources. Among the most shocking claims is the revelation that Henyard allegedly spent a staggering $33,000 in a single day on Amazon, a sum that has left many residents questioning how such lavish spending could be justified in a town already struggling financially. But this Amazon spree is just the tip of the iceberg. Henyard is also accused of making questionable charges on the town's credit cards, including high-end purchases at well-known retailers like Target, Walgreens and Wayfair. These expenses, which many believe have no legitimate connection to the needs of Dalton's residents, only add to the growing suspicion that Henyard may have been using public funds for personal gain. The lack of transparency and oversight surrounding these expenses has fueled public outrage, with residents wondering how their hard-earned tax dollars are being misused. As these allegations continue to accumulate, Henyard's credibility has taken a significant hit, leaving her desperate to maintain control and avoid consequences. This is where Carman Carlisle's decision to blow the whistle becomes so crucial. Once a trusted insider in Henyard's administration, Carlisle possesses vital information that could expose the full extent of the mayor's alleged misconduct. For Henyard, the threat of Carlisle's cooperation with federal investigators is existential. If Carlisle's testimony becomes public, it could be the final blow to her already faltering political career. Henyard's panic and attempts to silence Carlisle are driven by the fear that the whistleblower's revelations could bring Dalton's financial scandals to the national stage, resulting in legal consequences that not only threaten her career, but could also lead to criminal charges. Henyard's desperation to protect herself from these devastating revelations may explain why she could go to extreme lengths to silence Carlisle, including the possibility of violence or intimidation. As the investigation continues to unfold, it becomes increasingly clear that Henyard's efforts to cover up her actions are motivated by a desire to safeguard her own interests at all costs, even if it means harming the town and its residents in the process.
Make a one day purchase of over $40,000 to Amazon. And the main thing is,
Under Tiffany Henyard's leadership, Dalton's finances have plummeted from a healthy surplus of $5.561 million to a staggering deficit of $3.65 million. Her mismanagement has not only bankrupted the town, but also made life harder for its residents, who are now demanding answers and accountability. The town's resources have been mishandled, leaving many wondering how their tax dollars were spent, with no clear benefit to the community, especially amid such a financial crisis. Henyard, who often presents herself as the super mayor and the people's supervisor, now faces an even greater threat. Her former ally, Carman Carlisle, is testifying against her. So, what is it about Carman's testimony that has Henyard so rattled? For one, Carman knows all the secrets. She was by Henyard's side, witnessing and even participating in the very crimes she's now accusing her former boss of orchestrating. Haha. Carman's inside knowledge makes her an extremely dangerous adversary, one with the potential to destroy Henyard's entire political career. Henyard's anxiety goes beyond the fear of losing her position. It's about the real possibility of facing legal consequences. If Carman's evidence holds up, Henyard could be looking at serious criminal charges and potentially significant jail time, adding even more pressure to an administration already teetering on the brink. But it's not just Carman's betrayal that has Henyard on edge. She is also dealing with a growing list of political adversaries, eager to see her removed from office. Among them is former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, who has been hired to conduct a special investigation into Henyard's questionable spending practices. Despite Henyard's desperate attempts to block the investigation, calling it an unconstitutional infringement on the mayor's powers, the town board overrode her objections, and Lightfoot is moving forward with the probe. This investigation, coupled with Carman's explosive testimony, has placed Henyard in a perilous position. With both political and legal ruin looming, Henyard finds herself cornered as the walls close in.